All right, welcome to another Spinato Spin, and here we are on August 21st. We're exactly a month away from the start of the autumnal, vernal, or whatever you want to call it, equinox. You know, we're already into fall here, only 30 days away. If you look at what goes on in the seasons, you get 90 days, and we're already through 60 of them. It's amazing. It is amazing. And, you know, what we want to focus on more than anything else today is really nuts and bolts here. You know, the basics of achieving goals and just setting goals and feeling good about the goals that you're setting. You know, one thing I say this a lot, and it really has a lot to do with what really goes on in the world. There's three things that they should teach people in school, and the little kids should learn this right from the ground up. The first thing you got to learn about is you really got to learn how money works. Okay? What is money? Okay, money is a lot. Money can do a lot in this society, and it could make a difference between an unhappy person and a happy person. Well, let's talk about the happy person, okay? We're going to talk about the rule of 72. Real simple rule. They call it the banker's rule. Makes a lot of sense, okay? The banker's rule works really simple. The amount of interest you actually make on your money over a period of time is divided by the number 72. Now, once you do that, you know how long it's going to take for your money to double. Now, here's the catch to this, what a lot of people don't get. Now, if I get twice the amount of interest at the start of a period of time with the same amount of money as I did with the other interest rate being 6% versus 12% as an example, I will not have twice as much at the end. Let's look at this for a second mentally in our head here. Let's say you're 16 years old and someone gives you $1,000 and you earn 6% on that money. And by the time you're 40, let's see how much money you have in that period of time. Well, it's going to take your money to double 2 times. Isn't that what we said? Okay, so let's think about it. The money's going to double every 12 years. So that $1,000 turns into $2,000 12 years from the age of 16, which is age 28. Then it doubles again, okay, at 6%, one more time. So now you have, instead of $2,000, you have $4,000 by the time you're 40 years old. Pay attention to this. This is really, really simple, but it makes a tremendous amount of sense. And it's a little tricky if you don't follow me. All right, now let's look at the person that makes 12% on their money. They're 16 years old, they got $1,000, they're going to make 12% of the money. How often is the money going to double? 12 goes into 72 6 times. So every 6 years, that money's going to double. That money goes ahead, it doubles, right? Now what do we have? In 6 years, what do we have? Well, the person's 22, he's got $2,000. Then at 28, he's got $4,000. Then at 34, he's got $8,000. Then at 40, he's got $16,000. That's how money works. Isn't that amazing? So you have $40,000. You're sitting there with $40,000. Actually, $16,000. The other person's sitting there with 4. That's 4 times when we doubled the interest. Think about the power of that. You got to be taught that in school. This is what we're talking about. Now, goal setting. Let's think about how to set a goal. Let's think about how to set a goal. We're going to go kind of quick here. You got to know what you want. See, Napoleon Hill spent his whole life talking to people that became successful, and they became successful because they were great goal setters and goal hitters. Well, think about this. What do you want? You got to decide on an exact amount that you actually want to earn, or an exact amount that you want to have, whatever it is. Then the second part, and this is probably the toughest part, you got to reconcile in your mind what price you're willing to pay to get what you want. See, that's tough. You got to say, well, I'm going to give up this, this, and this, and this over a period of time, and it's going to make me succeed in this area. Then the third thing is you got to set a date. You got to say, when do I want this? When do I want this? Once you decide what that date is, it becomes clear in your mind. You're going to get this because you're going to do this, because you're going to pay this price, and you're going to get it now. You're going to get it when. Well, here's the other part of it too. You know, a lot of people daydream. They don't really get this part. They just daydream. They say, oh, it'd be nice to have this, nice to have that. No. You got to devise a plan in your head on how you're going to do it. How do I do it? Well, maybe I got to save $2,000 a month, or maybe I got to work somewhere for 2 years or whatever. You got to devise that plan in your head. Now, once you have those components all together, what you want, the price you're willing to pay, and when you're going to get it, and the plan, you got to crystallize it in your mind. You got to see it succeed. You got to be right there on top of it saying, wow, this is exactly how it's going to work. This is how I want it to work. This is how I'm going to will this thing to work. You got 5 basic components right in front of you. You got the plan. Of course, you got the date. You got the price you're willing to pay. You got everything all set up, the date that it's going to happen, and exactly what you want. Now, this is where it comes in. You got to visualize. You got to see it happening in your mind, not once. See, think about it, how people train people's minds. They don't just tell you once and say, oh yeah, you got it. No, they say it over and over. You got to go over and over in your mind exactly what's going to happen, how that plan's going to work. And you got to see yourself succeeding. You got to be down the road already. You got to be saying, this is awesome. I can't believe this happened. Why not? It's your imagination. You could do whatever you want with it. See yourself succeeding in that plan. You know, this doesn't just apply to a long-term plan. You can apply it to a short-term plan. You can apply it to anything that you really want to get done that's really important to you. Now, once you see it succeeding, once you see it happening, you go over that every day until you hit that goal, until you hit that date, until that order comes in, until you get that delivery for what you planned on and the price you paid. You know, you're going to pay a price no matter what you do in life. I mean, think about it. This is something powerful Napoleon Hill talked about too. No matter what you do in life, you're going to have to pay a price to get it. It doesn't matter. And it's that clear, concise mental picture that's going to guide you to get where you want to go. The price you pay is going to be the difference between whether or not you do it. And also know this, the greatest definition of a winner ever stated was a person that is a winner is an individual that can stay excited and motivated and fired up until the job gets done. Are you that kind of person? I believe you can, otherwise I wouldn't have spent the time sharing this with you. I do hope you have a great day, and I really appreciate you watching the Spinato Spin, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great day now. Bye-bye now.